I'm really happy to announce that I am a Persana Pro. And for those of you who don't know what Persana is, you could think of Persana as Persana is a competitor to Clay. But what I really like about Persana is they've really taken steps to make the onboarding and the learning experience, that the whole UI is really, really quite simple and straightforward. And there's no doubt that it's more price competitive. I mean, Clay is still great. Clay, we still use Clay, but we're definitely transitioning more and more to Persana. So I just wanted to, make a very quick video to just show you around it, and I'll put a link in this post. And I think you get something for free if you use my link when you sign up for an account. So definitely worth checking that out. One thing that's just sort of very similar to Clay, some of these that you can see, obviously you can enrich leads by finding people, finding companies. And they've also created the sort of quite good things based on, I think it's based on Crunchbase, if I'm not mistaken. But let's say, for example, or if you've got a CSV example for our clients, we might use something like Export Apollo and then import it in, and then sort of away you go. So if we just start with Persana starter list, and this is only purely an example, right? So we're sort of at this point here. And then obviously you can title it, name it, whatever you want. And then when it comes to enrichment, just very similar to Clay, you've got all this access here. But again, for me, I just really like the UI. Very sort of simple, straightforward. Again, lots of free formulas to clean up data, which is great. But if, for example, we then want to just go and let me just do it as an example. So let's say I want to go full enrich company details. I want to use the company website, and I'll just do it for just to show an example, the first three. If I want to add any of these, then obviously I can as well. But if I just go ahead and click run, what this does, all this information here, and then within it, all the information that you'd want. And then if you want to add it as a column, you can, using company ID. A good tip, actually, if you're planning to do any sort of further enrichment based on this information, company ID I found has been very, very, the results generally tend to be a little bit better. And so I'd definitely look to add that as a column. But all the other information that you would want to see, so number of staff, when it was founded, if there's any funding data, etc., which is really, really useful. So again, let's just say I want to go and add this as a column. Again, another thing that's very, very useful is news. So they offer to sort of Google and then their own news. So I generally use the company news, and then depending on what the filtering you want to do, you can do it like that, or if it's based on particular titles or description, you can add all of that. Which is really helpful. The other piece that's really great is they offer the HTTP API. So that basically allows you to connect any tool as long as you've got API and documentation. You're able to connect it through to here. So we use this for example, one of our verification tools for catch-all emails. They don't have a native integration with Persana, but through HTTP API, we can bring that together. So that's brilliant. I guess the most important piece that a lot of you are thinking, well, does it do Clay have Clayagent, Persana have Persana Agent. So what that basically is any sort of tasks, you can use your own API key, and then write your query, and sort of run it. They give you sort of different options for models, etc., which is really helpful. And then one of the other really nice ones is obviously, so that's the research. And then if you want to use AI to write maybe a personalization line or your email or anything, suggestion, give me 3 ideas on how our solution could benefit specifically this company, blah, blah, blah. Then you can use AI. So that's how I would use the Persana agent for research and use AI to write content. And then they have sort of lots of presets basically here as well, which is great. So if I want to do, one of the most common ones, B2B or B2C company classifier. So again, great thing is by using your own API, you're saving Persana credits. So actually, Persana actually works out even more cost effective as a result, which is superb. So highly recommend you try out Persana. Again, their support team, their Slack team is super, super responsive. The team, the founders, and the whole team actually have just been brilliant to work with. So go check them out. As I put a link in the comments. And if there's any questions or any sort of use case, etc., give me a shout, please. Thank you.